Hey everybody, it's Bobo the Vulture, and it's time for more Let's Play Extreme Warfare Revenge. I'm going to get right into this. I have a very important new, uh, you know, the beginning of last episode, you might have thought I would be in a real sour tone because it looked like my development territory was not going to do anything for me. And it may not still, but I have a new mission. And it's a mission I won't be able to accomplish. Wade Kism uses the Samoan drop. He's relatively easy to work with. Not a bad guy there. Alright. Darren Smith. As it turns out, Darren Smith here, in a 6 degrees of separation world, I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows Darren Smith. Um, which I discovered when a couple days ago on Ants. And honestly, this guy looks like the kind of guy I'd be interested in. He's the Hypno Bang. The Hypno Bang. He doesn't like William Regal. Well, that's interesting. He could be an announcer if I wanted him to be. What if I signed you up an open contract as a development deal? He agrees to that contract. Well, alright. Meeting. Development territory booker. Street Bob's going to improve. None of these people. Everybody's apparently ready to be promoted to the full roster, which is interesting. Darren Smith. You're an old school heel. Let's talk about your contract. Let's make it a written contract. For 3 years. What if it was for 16 grand? 17? Hey, Hazel. 18? 19? 19 grand. 3-year contract with Darren Smith. Get out of here, cat dude. Anyways. I recently was at a house show with Mysterious JG. And at a WWE house show at Mysterious JG, and another guy who is, unaffiliated with the Let's Play community. Still, he's a good guy. He knows a thing or two about games. He's written about stuff periodically here and there. But he is from the San Antonio area, and San Antonio is a pretty big, wrestling scene. It's the home of Shawn Michaels. There are a lot of pro wrestlers that maybe were like guys that he helped train or that sort of thing that have come out of that area as well. I think Paul London is one of those. I'm trying to remember whether Spanky is too, or whether I just always like merge those two guys' backstories because they were a tag team for a while in WWE. Um, but anyways. He knows the other person that I was with at the time. There it is. Has a buddy who used to wrestle under the name Wade Coverley. Um, yeah, who was part of a tag team called the Lifeguards with Darren Smith. Apparently, the tag team partner did manage to get into this game. I just took a look down, saw that Wade Coverley was not anywhere to be found, but this guy has some good skills, and I like him. So I was thinking about picking this guy up anyways. So now I have. There. He might have been somebody I already was working with. No, he was the kind of guy that was always just out of my price range. Now I can sign guys up for, you know, long-term feud or long-term contracts. It's not as big a deal. All right. So, opened up to development territory. It's apparently not going to go that great, just because everybody's apparently already ready to be moved up to the main roster. Let me do search criteria here and see who else could work as a booker and would be willing to work for us. Let's say at 15 grand a year or less. Are there any good wrestlers or charismatic performers or people that I might be interested in anyways? David Levy, I'm gonna guess, is he a manager? Nope, he's a wrestler. He's not a very good wrestler, but he's charismatic. Peter Van Orden, Rico Suave, and Tony Givens. Nope, there's not a lot going on there, is there? Well, I guess I'm just gonna leave it in the hands of our Fed, owner for the time being. And I think there's nothing else I wanted to do at the beginning of the month, right? Well, let me double check our finances. Last month we spent 300 and we earned 384,000. So I've got us moved up to 380,000. So yeah, there you go. And what does Matt Laurent think of what we're doing? We turned the corner and made money last month. We are financially solid. Been gaining public image every month for a while now. Good, good, good. Everything seems to be on the positive end. So let's go ahead and, with the amount of changes that we've made, move forward to Tuesday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Sorry, folks, I'm distracted looking at Hazel. She's very cute. WWE signed Juventud Guerrera. Quiet Storm has agreed to a contract. Zach Gowen, Adidas Fabulous. All of these sponsorships that happen. ROH have fallen to cult level. Owner Victor Jovica. Jovisa? And they released first. They released El Majito. Well, shit, son. Now let's go back. Shortlist search. El Majito. He still works at a bunch of different places, so he would not be willing to come back with us full time. But that's something to note. Johnny C, we could probably get to work for us again, now that I look at it. And Sanjay Dutt is unemployed. We could get him back on an open contract. He uses the Yoninator. And yeah, he had a very high level run with somebody for a while because now he wants 19 grand. And I don't mean to deny him. He's worth it. But he just doesn't wrestle our style. He's more of a brawler. We tend to have a high-flying wrestling product, although he's charismatic as foo. So it would be good to have him for that. El Machito. Touring with Noah. When does Noah announce their annually on July 1st? So it would be a couple of months. We could hire him as a developmental talent, i.e. jobber, and have him lose to people all the time. Until he's willing to play ball, work with us on a full-time basis. But I feel like as it is, we already have too many stars on the roster. For the amount of shows that we have, we may have to start doing more than one show a week. Rake in more money that way? Possibly. Depends on how much our sponsors are willing to give us. But I forgot. I wanted to check out what last week's event was. Doc Dean defeated Jarrell Clark. That was to kick off their feud, which has to be a very fast-paced feud because I want Jarrell Clark and Onyx feuding chop chop in a hurry here. Alright, this is going to be a singles match. It's going to be Doc Dean versus Jarrell Clark. The title will be on the line, and the result will be a win for Jarrell Clark. Jarrell Clark is going to win by cheating. And then in the aftermath, he's going to run away. And this will further their feud. Yes. Like it. Like it, everybody. Well done. Let's get this wrestling product on the road. Black Dragon and Matt Classic just got started. Todd Sexton and Onyx. We need to keep sort of building, but building low and slow. We don't want things too messed up there. How about somewhere up here? This is going to be a Night of Champions, is what it's going to be. We're going to have a 2-on-2 match here. Between Robbie Moxley, not Robbie Moxley, between Roderick Strong and Cedric Strong. The Strong Bros versus the Reigns Bros. And it will be for the VCW tag titles. The winner is going to be Michael Reigns, and the loser is going to be Cedric Strong. Why? Because there's going to be a run-in by the Moxies. And then after that, all three teams are going to go after each other because that's just crazy. And that will be to continue the feud that is happening there. Hmm. Now it is another matchup that we're going to have here. It is going to be a singles match. It will be Katsushi Takamura versus Matt Classic. Nice, right? There's no title on the line. The win is going to go to Matt Classic. It's going to be a good win. It's going to be clean. And the aftermath is going to be a run-in attack by Black Dragon. The purpose of this will be to continue their feud. It's almost like Katsushi Takamura is just being used as a random placeholder here. Because he sort of is. I suppose theoretically I don't even have to use Takamura. I could use somebody that's on a written contract and save a bit of money. But I'm trying not to worry so much about that and just use guys that I think are going to be good. Speaking of guys that are good, who do we have that would be good to start this card? We'd have Scotty Mack and Seth Knight have a match. They might put on a pretty good match. 1 versus 1 singles. Seth Knight and Scotty Mack. Obviously, Scotty Mack has to win this match just to keep the natural order of things. And there's no special aftermath to it. It was just to have a nice little match. Good match, everybody. Put on a good match. Let's start off this show with an authority angle. The Amazing Authority of, let's see, 1 versus 1 for the next big event. I forget whether or not this one already got, I think actually it did. So maybe what I want to do is Enigma is going to book Black Dragon versus Matt Classic for the next pay-per-view. Let's have an interview, single worker with manager, Miss Vanessa and Doc Teen talking about Jarrell. To continue that feud. And then back here we are going to have Phil Woods with JC. Not that Jesus Cristo guy, different one. They are going to further the feud as well, adding fuel to the fire because that's what they desire. Todd Sexton and Onyx. Actually, no. Let's do this. Let's have an angle. A 1 versus 1 angle. Angles that involve two workers fighting. Call out and brawl. Worker calls out an enemy and they end up brawling. Challenger is going to be Onyx, and the challengee will be Todd Sexton. That's right. I wonder how that will count actually towards their. So right now they've got a 5 and 5. So be interested to see what develops from there. What if I tried some video angles here? Yes, video packages. Video to hype a debuting worker. There are no debuts available. Alright. So it will only allow me to hype a worker that is not it's well, let's try speaking more properly. We could do a video to hype a diva. We could do a video to hype Miss Vanessa. I don't feel like she needs to be hyped. I feel like she's already got it. Interesting. You can use a video to hype a singles feud. What if I did that? What if I did it specifically for Doc Dean versus Jarrell Clark? Would people be extra excited about that? Maybe I shouldn't put it there though, huh? I should put it here. Also be interested to see whether or not people are sick and tired of hearing about these guys if I do that. Hype video. Let's put it in the hype machine. See what happens. Let's have an interview right here. Single worker with manager. We will make that Phil Woods with Black Dragon. And they will be dissing Matt Classic to continue that feud. Yes. Now then, let's have. I know it'll be a lot of material for this one feud, but the fans love Miss Vanessa, so I want to get Miss Vanessa out there as much as I can. So Matt Classic and Miss Vanessa will come out and talk about Black Dragon, and that will hype that feud. And then we've got ourselves a show going. Enigma's backstage. He gets a pretty good segment announced just by saying that at the Mayday Riot we will see Black Dragon and Matt Classic fight one-on-one. Oh, and now we got a lot of material about that too. Seth Knight and Scotty Mack put on a pretty good match for a good rating. People were into it. 73%, so not a bad interview segment there. Doc Dean and Jarrell Clark both lost overness from this hype video. So the hype video did the exact opposite of what it's supposed to do. Some people would argue that showing constant promo videos of Roman Reigns has done the same thing to that poor chap. Anyhow, let's keep moving. Katsushi Takamura and Matt Classic have a great match. Matt Classic has brought something out of Katsushi Takamura here. The crowd didn't really care so much, though. So the overall rating is only 67%. Of course, Black Dragon came in and made the hit. Matt Classic gained overness from this segment. Backstage feud. Jarrell Clark lost even more overness from this interview segment. Phil Woods. Jarrell Clark is losing heat rapidly. He's being overbooked maybe by me. He's our big star, man. What are you gonna do? He's our champion. I want people to see the champ. Yeah, 3 sets of grapplers in the ring. Strong Brothers, Fast and Furious, and Moxie family look at each other. Before the inevitable brawl erupts, a host of referees hit the ring to keep them apart. The tag titles have gained an image from this. Doc Dean gained an overness from hanging out with Miss Vanessa. 95% overall ranking segment there, guys. Pretty hot stuff. Onyx is in the ring and calls out Todd Sexton. Sexton runs down at the ring. They brawl all the way back into the aisle and eventually out of sight backstage. They both lost overness from the segment, and it was not very good. So that's interesting. Doc Dean versus Jarrell Clark. The crowd reaction is huge. The match quality is pretty good. And the overall rating, 87%. So very nice segment. We've got individual segments that are matches, not even interview segments that are getting up near the 90s, folks. It's a very exciting time to be the VCW booker. I just wish that more people were into what we were doing. Seth Knight's losing morale because I'm not pushing him enough. Katsushi Takamura wants to be higher up the card. And Matt Classic is also losing morale because I'm not pushing him enough. Same with Michael Reigns and Memphis Reigns. We got a 4-7 rating. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Let's flash forward, folks. By the time next Tuesday comes along, El Magito will already be under contract to someone else. I just know it. Well, actually, no. Although now, let me go into my shortlist search. He is still hanging out. Hmm. He's well liked and respected. He wants a lot of money, though. I'd almost just hire him to be a non-wrestling figure. He's just got such good charisma. So wait, Jamie Dundee and El Magito both touring with Noah. So I need to, let's see. Let me take a look at Noah. I know that their rosters are announced on July 1st. So after May, are they still under contract to Pro Wrestling Noah, even though there are no more dates until the next roster announcement? I don't know. I don't know, folks. We can get a 1.2 television rating now. We are moving up in the world. There are 11 wrestlers. There are 11 workers. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, not literally everyone is ready to be moved to the full roster. There are 2 wrestlers that are not ready to be moved to the full roster. Wonder if it will tell me that. So I guess, did they say Bobcat might still be developing something? Darren Smith is still developing something? I think part of the deal, folks, is that if people are above a certain overness, they're considered like too good for development, and they don't appreciate being put in a development deal. Anyways, folks, this is Bobo the Vulture. This has been Let's Play Extreme Warfare Revenge. When we come back next time, I think these raw. Oh, let me take a look at that feud actually. See whether or not Todd Sexton versus Onyx was altered by that. Nope. Maybe the heat around it was. Seems to be at 87. So it's still a good feud, but the overall stats of it were not increased. Either way, when we come back next time, we will continue to get ourselves ready for the Mayday riots. Let's see how far along. We have until the 30th, so we've got a long time. If the 28th, 29th, whatever, those last days of Pro Wrestling Noah actually were the final days for the Pro Wrestling Noah contract, we could hire both El Majito and Jamie Dundee and have them both appear as a surprise at the Mayday riot. That would really induce a Mayday riot. Anyhow, folks, thanks very much for watching. See all of you next time, but bye for now.